is Carter Shocket, and I created a Rhizome of Care. The Rhizome of Care is an art installation I installed on my roof using wood, yarn, and nails. Back in March, I was thinking about the US Census and how there's a question on the US Census that asks you if you're queer or if you're trans, and I was thinking, I wish I knew how many of us there were and where we were. I wanted to feel connected to my queer community. I wrote my name down and I wrote the names of everyone who I felt like supported me or who I was supporting. Then I drew a line connecting our names. I had this little map and I said, okay, this is my care network. And then I realized that each person on my care map had their own care map. Each person on their care map would also have a care map, and it would go on forever, basically. So I asked some of the people on my care map, would you draw a care map for me? And they made their own. Then I asked, can you ask some of the people on your map if they would make their own map? And the next thing I know, I'm getting mailed care maps from people I have never met. I think the furthest one came to me from Texas. This is like one person's care network, and they are in the middle, and each one of the nails are people that they named in their network. Each person was a nail, and each connection was a string. Some people's care maps existed entirely on one piece of wood, and others were tied directly into the roof on satellite antennas or roof nubs or smokestacks. That was great because it allowed me to, in a way, create the care network and the roof in their own rhizome. According to Deleuze, a rhizome is a kind of network system map that rejects this root tree model of kind of like A to B to C in a hierarchical directional way. A rhizome is like weeds or grass, or like how the brain is structured, where there are points and lines, but there is no beginning or end. In the way that these care maps were functioning, it was a rhizome. I wanted to map the care networks onto multiple dimensions in a way that people could walk through it and be surrounded by it. You could walk underneath and through and over people's connections. And it was really exciting to watch somebody who participated come in and see themselves represented in this way, and then follow the strings that connected them to other people and have it click in their brain. People who didn't submit care networks but still were able to come see it were amazed by this giant structure of color and string and understanding how people are connected. And they wanted to make their own, and we had paper and pens there. And a lot of people really sat down and took time to create their own care networks. I think care networks are something that queer people especially think about more often or rely on more often. And the idea of having a support system that is a chosen family, but it's not something that only queer people have or can relate to. Everyone has a care network, whether it's something that you have drawn out or thought about or not. The cool thing about the care rhizome is that it expands forever. That data is already present, and the installation just takes a part of that data and makes it visible. I could make a care network installation that sprawls across every rooftop in Brooklyn, and it would still just be a tiny part of this care network made visible.